Have you ever wondered why South Korea decided to put their capital city only 30 miles away from their nuclear armed arch nemesis? Are they stupid or something? I mean, Seoul is home to more than half of South Korea's entire population, and yet it's well within the range of North Korean artillery. Well, let me tell you, they're not stupid, and the history of Seoul can actually teach us a lot about the history of Korea as a whole. Welcome to Why There, the show where I explain why your favorite places are in your favorite places. This episode, Seoul. Firstly, Korea is a mountainous peninsula in Northeast Asia with water on three sides and dangerous regional powers, China and Japan, on two of them. It's nearly 70% mountainous with forested ridges running north-south down the entire peninsula and most of the major rivers draining west towards the Yellow Sea, most notably the Han River, which flows through a wide flat basin hemmed in by mountains on three sides, one of the largest stretches of flatland in the entire peninsula, and where you'll find the capital city Seoul about 35 miles upriver from the ocean. There are 26 million people in this one valley, making it one of the densest and richest cities in the world, home to companies like Samsung, LG, and Hyundai. For most of history, this wasn't the capital of South Korea, but the capital of a unified Korea, placed here in 1394 by King Taejo of the Joseon dynasty, and when you look at it that way, its geography suddenly makes a lot of sense. Its position on the wide, deep Han River gave it access to ocean trade without actually being on the coast, which mattered both to protect it from pirate raids as well as from attacks by the Chinese and Japanese. The mountains surrounding it acted as natural walls, and its position right in the center of the Korean peninsula meant that it could project power both north or south throughout all of Korea. Oh, and apparently the feng shui was excellent too, which sounds like a joke, but at the time Korean geomancy was serious science, so that mattered. And so for 500 years, Seoul remained the capital of Korea through invasions, Japanese occupation, everything, all the way up until the end of World War II when the Soviets and the United States divided the Korean peninsula, by which point Seoul was already irreversibly the center of Korean civilization. And in the Korean War shortly thereafter, during which the once unified peninsula became two arch-rival nations, the obvious problems with Seoul's location did come to bear. During the war, Seoul fell 4 times to the north, and afterwards, South Korea did actually consider moving their capital further south. But they just couldn't do it. The economy, the industry, the culture, everything had built up here over hundreds of years. And so South Korea has had to work to minimize the risk to their capital in other ways, by building a strong conventional military, by developing sophisticated air defenses, and by signing alliances with powerful allies. A plan that so far, over the last 70 years, has worked, despite repeated North Korean threats to turn the city into a sea of fire. But despite this, South Korea still has plans to move most of their administrative government from Seoul to a new city built in the center of the country called Sejong City, a plan that's supposed to be executed by 2030. But for now, there's something poetic about Seoul, the perfect location to be the capital of a unified Korea, never intended to be only 30 miles from a hostile border. Koreans, let me know what I missed in the comments, and everybody else, let me know where you think we should go next. Thanks so much for watching. Follow for more.